What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan. I'm BManX45, and we're coming at you with another video. We have our deck excitement list, our not so tier list for EX9 of the Digimon TCG. It is our final part of our trifecta that we do every time a set comes out. We do our points list, we do our card overview, and now we have our deck excitement list. And this really leads into other videos that we can do for the channel, like the how to build videos if we're really excited for certain decks. But we're here to talk about what we're excited about in the format. We're not really doing a tier list of what we think is going to be best, because we just don't do that on this channel. We're just talking about what we are most interested out of EX9, what we're hoping to play, what we couldn't care less about, what we might want to play if we get time. And now, because these sets kind of come and go real fast, you already got BT22 next set, and so a lot of this stuff you're not going to have too long to test before you got to go, hey, what about BT22? What's going to change? What do I got to look forward to? What do I got to look into, facing and stuff like that? So these things change very rapidly, but we always love doing the tier list because it actually is one of the funnest lists we do. And you as the viewers have said, by the numbers, by the comments, that you guys enjoy it the most. So let's get into it here. As always, we're going to talk, we're going to have our tiers right here. So everything's kind of like, super. And as always, I can't spell worth crap. Excited, super excited. We have our hoping to build, so basically not our top, but I would really enjoy building it. We have our be nice to build, so don't have to, but we'd enjoy it. We have our couldn't care less. So we are not against it, but not something that's on our radar. And then we have, of course, our don't give a frel, which is a call out to all you fans who like the Farscape TV show. You'll know what that means. Anyways, that is our tier list. So let's get into it. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, well, we're starting off with the new Kaguyamon support. I would say I'm feeling like I'm hoping to build. I do like the Fable Waltz stuff. I really do. And I generally think that it is very good. And this is definitely Fable Waltz support. I don't think it's a standalone deck. It's there to make Arisa Kinosaki's deck better with her sister and her sister's Digimon line. Kaguyamon looks really cool. I do like the Fable Waltz, and honestly, I'm not really playing my yellow deck as much as I would have liked. I would have liked to play Shine Greymon a lot more, but there was other decks that were just so much more interesting to me, and I wanted to play Hunters more, Magidramon more. I wanted to play Medusamon. A lot of those red decks just really, spoke to me, and I just ended up playing those a lot more than Shine Greymon. I even red purple Imperial Dramon is still a deck that I love. So definitely hoping to potentially build this as a yellow deck. Not super excited for it, but I think it's really good, and I think it does help the Fable Waltz line. It'd be cool if it gets to the place where it could top a regionals, just kind of like Zephygamon got to top a regionals at one point. And right now, Zephygamon support is definitely really good with other engines, like the Vegetation engine is really good with it. So it's, I think this is an area where we can kind of get into that same kind of ballpark, especially with the Tamer being allowed to helping you play your Arisas to get better effects, and just having another cool boss monster to go into other than Sendromon. So I definitely think I'm hoping to build this, and I think it'll be good. We have the Omnimon Alter S, and I haven't been a big Alter S fan, but I really feel like this time I am super excited for it. The new DM line, the new version line. I would love to play a DNA Digivolve that, I played Examon, so I do like that DNA Digivolve style decks, but I like it when those DNA Digivolve style decks are easy to do. Like, you don't have to almost kill yourself to go into the DNA. That's why I've always said that Pyildramon being a level 5 is a better DNA Digivolve deck, because DNA 2 level 4s is a lot easier than 2 level 6s. So logistically, they just make it easier in the game. But I would love to try this new Alter S. He seems really good. The artwork's really cool with the Blitz and the Crest on either side. I don't even know if you're going to play those, honestly, because he just needs to be a level 6 blue or red. So you might not even play those guys. You might play traditional War Greymon and Metal Garurumon. Who knows? But I'm interested in the deck. I'm super excited for it. He's another stupid... can't be affected by your opponent's abilities. And then just the fact that he can push out 2 level 6 bodies and put himself on top of the stack. And then if you have any kind of way of like searching the security stack, well, I mean, he's not a yellow card. I don't think he's blue, red, and white. So he's not yellow. So highly unlikely you can search him from the security stack. But if you have more of him in your hand, you can potentially OTK with him, which is kind of insane if you think about it. So I'm really excited for the new Omnimon Alter S. It's kind of like I want to call it the light side DM deck, and there's going to be like a dark side DM deck. So I'm kind of interested about that as well. They have the new Abodamon core for black. I really couldn't care. I really couldn't care less about the Abodamon stuff. Not saying that I don't, like it. It seems kind of cool. New breeding abilities. It has when moving, which is the first time we've ever seen when moving in an ability. So when it moves from the breeding area, its ability activates. So that's really, really cool. It's got a super cool amount of keywords. It is kind of a new villain for the Digimon TCG, so I am excited for that, but I'm not interested really in building it as my black deck. I have something else that I'm more interested in on that front, but definitely think it's a decent card, but it's not on my radar. But it is cool. New breeding abilities always like kind of evolve the game a little bit. And the fact that we have when moving now. So that's kind of cool. Will we see that more in some Digimon? Will we see more when moving? When moving, when attacking, when digivolving? Will we see more when moving effects? So that excites me for the game, but just not really on my radar for that. But if you guys think it's worth a try, I mean, definitely. It looks like a decent little black lineup. Might need a lot more support to flesh it out, but maybe there's some other cards that can make it good. Next, we have our Wind Guardian stuff, which I absolutely don't give a frell about. Honestly, I want them to really start working on these decks a lot more, like Deep Savers, Nightmare Soldiers. I love the idea of Nightmare Soldiers, and I would love to see more Nightmare Soldier support, just because honestly, since EX7 really, or EX8, can't remember where we got them now. I think we got them. Maybe we got them in EX8. Maybe EX. No, I can't even remember. But when we started getting the Deep Savers, when we started getting the Nightmare Soldiers, they had some really cool concepts, but they just feel like they didn't flush them out enough. And then they kind of abandoned them, and then they created this new one, which is Wind Guardians, which makes no sense to me because like Puppetmon is not a Wind Guardian. He'd be more of a nature spirit because he's wood. But and then this too would be more of a nature spirit, but it's a Wind Guardian. So like I'm thinking bird beasts when I think Wind Guardians. So it just doesn't even really connect with me. And it's another one, right? You got Wind Guardian, you have nature spirit, you have Deep Savers, Nightmare Soldiers, and the two that I like the best I think would be Deep Savers and Nightmare Soldiers, and I would definitely build those over this. I just don't care about this right now. I don't think it's done well. I think it doesn't make sense because most of the boss monsters feel like they should be nature spirits, but maybe it's because they're not like, maybe Puppetmon's evil, so he can't be a nature spirit. I don't know. It's all silly. It's all silly stuff, and I don't really care for the Wind Guardian stuff. Of course, if you like it, you know what, that's you. I'm not saying that's wrong. It just doesn't feel right to me, so I don't really give a crap about it at this current moment. You have Tydamon. Tydamon is another kind of DM deck. I would say this is like the evil DM deck. I'd say this would be nice to build. This would definitely be nice to build, but it's not on my radar. I do like Tydamon. I have good feelings about Tydamon from back in BT6 when we got that Tydamon that let you play a level 4 from your trash, and you didn't have to like sacrifice its on play abilities, which was kind of where that started to be like, okay, we want to play Digimon from the trash, but we don't want to negate their on plays because that's bad. And it just doesn't give you enough reason to play that style of deck. So definitely, I would say be nice to build. I don't think it's super competitive. Like there's going to be like different versions of the DM deck. This, like I said, is like the good version. This would be like the evil version. There's probably a couple different evil versions because you also got the Titamon and you have the Chimeramon, which we're going to talk about in a moment. But for like a purple based DM deck, this is kind of where you would probably head with the Titamon Ace, being able to spam out monsters and some other effects that like let you digivolve. Some of the guys have, effects that let you reduce Digivolutions or reduce Digivolutions from the trash in the purple line. And so that's really cool. And it's really not on my radar exactly, but it would be nice to build if I had the time. So that's where that's going. Next is Machine Dramon, and he's getting us super excited because it's Machine Dramon, and I actually have never built a Machine Dramon deck. I have all the pieces, but it just never came up that was the deck that I wanted to build. But I've always loved the card, and the new assembly keyword is amazing. All the new cyborgs are amazing. I'm really excited to see how you mash old Machine Dramon support with new stuff. Are you going to play Chaos Dramon X Antibody? Chaos Dramon X Antibody as a top end for the new Machine Dramon assembly, allowing you to play for 6. The new Analog Man, just so much cool support for this deck. How many level 3s are you going to run? Is it going to be a very barely any level 3s? Because now they're making it easier to just run a whole bunch of level 5s because you can play them for cheap, which is really good. And the deck doesn't even care about putting monsters on the board because it's better to get your cyborgs in trash for the new assembly keyword. So that is where I'm going with this. I feel like this is going to be my black deck. I'm super excited for it, and I haven't really been excited for a black. I know it's not exactly a black deck because like all of the machines are like different colors, but I think they're all black. I think they're all like red, black, and green, black, and blue, black. They're literally all just dual color blacks if you really think about it. But plus the old stuff is definitely more, it's always been traditionally a black deck. And I haven't really been excited for black decks for a long time. I did not play, Royal Knights was my black deck for this format because I couldn't find anything else I was interested. I wasn't interested enough in Galacticmon. I think before that, my black deck was Jessmon, which is really a red deck with a little bit of black element to it because there were so many good red decks in the BT20 format. So I just really haven't been since Pyridimon, which I still really love, and I can't wait for us to get new support. I haven't really been excited for a black deck as much as I am now with Machine Dramon. So I'm super excited for that, and I really can't wait to try it out. Another thing is Chimeramon. I'm super excited for whatever kind of Chimeramon deck is going to come out of this format. May it be like a better Millenniummon deck, or an evil DM deck. Like it could be something similar to the Titamon deck. It could be part of the Titamon deck. It could be, but I'm more excited about the Chimeramon aspect of it because just Secret Chimeramon is so cool. We finally get we've had a Super Chimeramon, we've had a with an alt, we've had a I think a rare Chimeramon. We've had quite a few we've had a bunch of Chimeramons, but this is the first time we're getting a Secret Chimeramon, and it's pretty good. It's got the assembly keyword, which is really cool, and it just makes it trash decks is going to be really good for this card. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to try and build something around the Chimeramon, whether it have a different top end or have a same top end as Titamon. But I'm just really excited for this, and I would even be excited to play this if it turns out it's really good support for Millenniummon, because I like the idea of Millenniummon. I just didn't I didn't have any inclination to play it originally, but I like the idea of Millenniummon. I think it's really cool, and definitely think that a new really good Chimeramon card could be what the deck needs. So I'm super excited for that. And lastly, is the adventure deck, and again, I'm super excited for that. I was hoping to build it last format. I would say last format it was in here for me just because there's so many good decks. This format, I really want to build an adventure deck, and we have some really new good adventure support. And because EX sets are so sparse for real support that sometimes there's not, it's not like where BT set where I usually do a deck of each color. With EX sets, I usually only do like, 4, I think 4, 3 to 4. I don't think I really do 5, but I usually only do like 4 deck profiles in an EX set, just because like I just don't have the steam to, go all 6 decks for a month before we get a new BT set. So definitely think Adventure is going to be one of those decks, because I wanted to play it last format, but I was more in the I'm hoping to build stage right now. As you can see, there's not as much, there's a couple decks, like there's a possibility for 4 decks right here, or if I kind of move this one in, maybe we do 5, or, if I don't really build anything with Chimera, that could be the 4 right there. You got a black deck, you got a yellow deck, this could be any really color, same with this one. So there's definitely different options for this. So I'm excited to try Adventure, because I really like Adventure, and we do get new support for this deck in the way of the new Alterius mode and Sagittarius mode, which seem like really cool cards. And it'll be interesting to see how that impacts the Adventure set. Are we going to see other cards in this? Like, are we going to play the new Omni Alter S for this deck? With even though it's like not really an Adventure deck, but it has a really good top end, and it can get to your level 6s back out so they don't leave the field, especially if you're using the aces. So that's actually really cool. So I'm excited for that, and I think I would really enjoy like building Adventure in this format, especially with the new support. So that's kind of where I am on this. Not a lot of decks really in this set. There's so much new keyword stuff, and it's all kind of like there's a big variance of like what you're building. So, like what's going to be, the DM deck stretches the whole set basically. Like there's so many different versions of the DM deck that you can build. I just talked about a few things that I'm interested in. But generally it's a huge, this covers the whole set really. So, I mean, possibilities are endless, and it creates a smaller pool too of different decks you can build, like different archetypes, but like the possibilities of it are endless. So that's why we have like, we only have like 8 things to talk about for the EX set. And so, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Just like it's super excited, and then one of each of every other one. But yeah, I would definitely say that definitely going to be building Machine Dramon and Adventure, and we'll see about the Chimeramon and the Omni Alter S, as well as the Kaguyamon, and we'll see about the other things as well too. But this is how I feel about the decks, guys. This is my not so tier list. Tell me what you guys think about this. Are you super excited for any of these decks? Are any of these other decks I mentioned that you would actually rather build than the ones I mentioned? Or how do you feel about EX9? Are you just not going to worry about it? BT22 is coming soon, and that's going to be more exciting. Let me know in the comments down below. We always love doing these videos, and they are so much fun. And I hope you guys enjoy them as well. And we'll be seeing a lot of different things soon. Hopefully we'll get some how to builds up, and I hope you guys enjoyed all the videos we do for each set, like we do every single time, because we enjoy them so much. Leave a comment, a like, a subscribe, please. We appreciate your support, and it looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. That's all for now, folks.